It's time for our Strange World recap episode. Let's get strange. In the last episode, we learned that the legendary explorer Jaeger Clade was bitten by the very beast he was trying to slay. And now Avalonia is powered by the energy of Pando, the glowing plant he brought back from beyond the mountains. But this technology hasn't come without consequences. 25 years later, Pando farms dominate the landscape, and people have forgotten about the outside world. But not everyone. That it be Searcher Clade, Jaeger's son, who never forgot how dangerous it is out there. He lives a quiet life on his farm with his loving wife, Meridian, and their equally adventurous teenage son, Ethan. And life seems pretty perfect until one day the president of Avalonia, Callisto, shows up at the farm with some alarming news. President Callisto tells Searcher that Pando across the nation is mysteriously dying and she needs his help. She wants him to lead an expedition underground to find the source of the problem. Searcher really wants to say no, but he knows that if he doesn't do something, Avalonia might lose its only energy source. So he reluctantly agrees and sets off into the caverns with 4 other people. Callisto, the clumsy but well-meaning mayor, Callisto's bodyguard, a tech expert, and a cameraman. Little do they know, they're being followed. Deep in the cavern, a secret hatch opens and out pops a little robot vacuum named BUD, which stands for Beneath the Underestimated Dog. He was built by Ethan, who snuck onto the ship before it left and stowed away in the cargo hold. He's small, cute, and a genius engineer. He explains to the others that he came along because he wanted to prove himself to his dad. Then he activates his grappling hook and swings them down into the darkness. As they descend, the cavern walls glow with bioluminescence, revealing an incredible sight, a massive, breathtaking world hidden beneath the surface. They're greeted by floating jellyfish, walking reefs, and other bizarre luminous creatures. They've entered what the locals call the Strange World, and just when you thought things couldn't get any stranger, they spot a very familiar face. It's Searcher's dad, Jaeger, who's been missing for 25 years. He's older now, but still just as stubborn. He was actually the one who discovered this subterranean wonderland all those years ago, and he has been exploring it ever since. Meanwhile, back on the surface, Ethan uses his grappling hook to pull himself closer to his dad. He's determined to make Searcher proud, but in doing so, he accidentally knocks the wind out of him. It's an awkward reunion, but eventually, Searcher explains why he came to the Strange World: to fix the Pando. As the group journeys deeper into the caverns, Jaeger regales them with stories of his adventures in the Strange World. He describes an enormous creature whose body glows with the same light as Pando, but Searcher isn't listening. He's too busy worrying about how he's going to fix the Pando. He's also annoyed that Ethan's there. He thinks that this place is too dangerous for kids. And as if to prove his point, they soon get separated. While everyone else is arguing about what to do next, Ethan wanders off on his own and gets captured by a strange, squishy blob monster thing. Luckily, BUD swoops in just in time to save him. Just then, Jaeger spots the beast and takes off after it. Ethan runs to catch up, and he ends up discovering a whole herd of these squishy monsters. They're actually kind of cute, but they're also in big trouble because they're covered in parasites. This is the source of the blight, the parasite. And it turns out the biggest one is attached to the very creature that Jaeger described earlier. Back with the others, Searcher and Callisto finally come to an understanding. They realize that their different perspectives actually complement each other and they share a kiss. Yeah, romance, right? We gotta have the romance in our story. Suddenly, BUD contacts them and tells them that he's made a horrifying discovery. The giant creature is dying because the parasite is slowly poisoning it. It's also draining the energy from Pando, which is why the plants above are withering and dying. This is all happening because of the blight, a parasitic infection that is killing Avalonia's main energy source. The mayor suggests they should use some of the Pando spores they brought with them to infect the healthy plants. That way, they can spread the blight and kill the parasites. But this would mean destroying the entire power supply for Avalonia. People would die. Searcher and Callisto rush to the chamber where they saw the giant creature. They want to see if they can help, but they arrive just in time to witness a horrifying death. The creature lets out a loud roar as the blight consumes it. It goes limp and collapses to the ground. Just then, Ethan and Jaeger show up. They witness the death, too. And Ethan demands to know why everyone is so willing to sacrifice this beautiful, majestic creature. That's when Searcher makes a horrifying discovery. He realizes that the parasite growing on the creature isn't just an infection. It's part of the creature itself. It's the reason for the strange world's bioluminescence. It's the source of the energy that powers the local ecosystem. In other words, the strange world isn't strange at all. It's actually a highly evolved ecosystem that has developed to thrive in complete darkness. It is just that the bioluminescence attracts creatures like Jaeger and his team, who shine light into the darkness. But this light is actually deadly to the natives. Ethan is devastated to learn that the Pando he brought back from the strange world all those years ago infected this creature like a virus. And although he's just a kid, he understands more about heroism than anyone else. He says that if he were the president, he wouldn't hesitate to nuke the Pando root system to stop the infection from spreading. This makes Searcher realize that sometimes saving lives means making difficult decisions, even if it hurts. The group rallies together and comes up with a plan. They will nuke the Pando root system. While Jaeger distracts the creature, Searcher and Ethan sneak closer. The plan is to cut off the Pando roots while BUD and the others cover them in protective shielding. This will prevent the light from reaching the creature and killing it. Although the creature doesn't deserve it, this is the best option they have. Searcher and Ethan get close enough to sever the first root, but the creature thrashes and knocks them unconscious. Luckily, BUD is there to save the day. He shields them and gives them both a kiss on the cheek. When the creature calms down, they try again. This time they manage to sever all the roots. The creature stirs, then wakes up and swims away. It leaves the cavern and disappears into the ocean. Now that the creature is free, the water will gradually return to its natural state. As the light fades, the strange world slowly reveals itself to be a massive sea creature. The entire time they were exploring its inside. Back on the surface, everyone works together to set up new renewable energy sources. Everyone except Jaeger. He decides to stay behind and continue exploring the strange world, wherever it may be. It doesn't matter. He says he'll always find a way back. At the end of the day, he chose adventure over family, but at least he's happy. Searcher watches him go, then returns to his farm, where he and Ethan finally reconnect. They share a heartfelt conversation about legacy and the importance of passing on knowledge from one generation to the next. Then they go inside and watch a movie together. It's a sweet moment between a father and son, and it's a reminder that even though the world can be a dangerous place, there's always hope for the future. So, what did you think of Strange World? Was it worth waiting 25 years for? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching and see you next time.